Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review of the new Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt collection. I got 6 products from the collection to share with you today. So if you're interested in seeing how they apply and my thoughts about them, then just keep on watching. So this is the first video I'm filming in my new house, and I'm filming in my bathroom because I don't have my office set up yet. It's gonna take about a week to set everything up, hang everything up, and I still have my shelves and my filming background in my old rental. So it's gonna take a few videos maybe, but hopefully they just get a little bit better. I'm actually filming on a brand new camera as well. I spent the whole day trying to learn it, so hopefully it all looks good and it's only gonna get better from here, but that's why we have a bathtub in the background. Maybe next time I will fill the bathtub with water and maybe that'll help the echo, I don't know. But we're gonna start off, I'm gonna do my makeup. I feel like this gives me like the Vogue beauty videos vibe, so I kind of like the bathroom setting. I definitely wanna do some skincare videos in here too. But let's go ahead and get into all of the products. So starting off, we have the Soft Pop Blush Sticks. These retail for $28 and they come in 6 different shades. I got the shade Dusty Rose. I went in store to Sephora to see all the shades because I actually was about to order online, and I'm really glad I went in store because the shades online look a little bit different than they do in person. This shade looked really deep online, but this is more of like a mauve shade. They have some lighter shades, some deeper shades as well. And then we have a brush on the other side, which I actually really love. I think that this is a really great deal since it comes with a really nice brush and it's really practical to use because it has a brush as well. And then I also got a powder brush. This is the Soft Pop Powder Blush. I got it in the shade Creamy Peach. These are $24 and they come in 5 shades. These are pretty small as well compared to some other full-size blushes. So I have one of each of these and I'm gonna do one side cream blush, one side powder blush. I also did this yesterday and filmed a first impression on my TikTok in case you are interested in that. And I am applying this with my face already set with powder. I found that that worked really well with the cream blush. So I'm gonna start off on this side with the cream blush, and this is super pigmented, so I am gonna start off there. And I find I really like this brush actually. Like I might even pick up more of these cream blushes because super pigmented, and the brush actually makes sense for it. Sometimes products come with brushes that are just like cheap or don't really make sense, but this is actually exactly how I'm gonna use this product, and it blends so nicely. I'm sure of course you can use it without setting it. It might actually work a little bit better if you don't have powder and stuff underneath it, but I actually find that that looks really good. I might have blended it a little low, so that's just on my skills versus the actual powder. But I find that it actually looks really good with powder, which is sometimes hard with a cream blush product. I'm really into cream products right now, and I think I'm gonna end up picking up more of these. I really do like this shade, and I might get like a peachy shade too. I will say I'm a little bit self-conscious because I have a lot of skin issues right now with my allergies. I am breaking out heavily all over my face, all over my body, and I'm hoping that's clearing up soon. But if you're seeing some weird things going on, like bumps and stuff on my face, it's not breakouts, it's like hives and allergies. I'm working with a dermatologist, so just be aware it's not the makeup, it's my skin, because I have a little breakout right here from my allergies. But other than that, I really love the way that this looks. Oh, I also got the F2 brush. There are 3 brushes in this collection. They all retail for $28. I got the F2 brush. I thought that this would be the one I use the most. I'm gonna use this side for the bronzer, and I'll use this side for blush. I believe that you can use this for blush and this for highlighter, but I like more of a precise highlighter. So I'm gonna use this little side for the blush for this video. The blushes, I believe, are all matte. That's what they all looked like in store at Sephora. This is the shade Creamy Peach, and it's also a very pigmented blush too. You can see you get a little bit of kickback when I apply it. And these all come with a mirror as well. I just kept the plastic on so you're not seeing the reflection there. Definitely a very pigmented blush. I always prefer a shimmer blush, so I prefer the cream over this. When I'm doing powder blush, I prefer shimmer or like a satin finish. I'm not the biggest fan of the matte finish. I just feel like these are so pigmented for sure. I didn't apply too much and you're getting a lot of color payoff. And there's definitely shades deeper than this. So even this peachy shade, I think can work for a lot of different skin tones, because a lot of times peach blushes, they work better on fair skin tones. Like they don't show up very pigmented, but this one I think can be universally flattering because I really did not put too much on my brush. And we're getting a ton of color payoff on these blushes. What do you guys think? I think I got a little carried away. I did that yesterday as well, but I'm really into blush these days. And out of both of these sides, the cream blush is definitely my favorite. I just love that like soft sheen look compared to more of the matte look. But this is the matte side of the Soft Pop blush. This is the cream and it's actually kind of dry to the touch. I never set it when I applied it yesterday. I actually like thought about setting it and I forgot. But it actually stays matte. It basically dries matte once it's on your face. I found that it wore really nicely throughout the day. And then for bronzers, we have 6 shades. They retail for $28. They just have very basic names like light, light medium, medium, deep. I got the shade light medium. I would normally get the shade medium, but I figured this shade is a little bit more cool tone. And when it comes to matte bronzers, I prefer something that's more of like a contour type shade compared to just like a more of a warm tone, because I prefer a shimmer bronzer as well. I also really wanna, I'm just using the other side of the brush, but I also, these are really pigmented too. I really wanted to get the cream bronzers, but they did not have any online. So I ran to Sephora. In the display, they had none either. They didn't even have the display set up. So I feel like those products are gonna either sell out quickly or maybe not be fully stocked. I think that's gonna be the product people are gonna want the most. But I am definitely planning on just kind of keeping an eye out at my local Sephora or on the website. I signed up for the email on Sephora to see when the cream bronzer is in stock, because I think I'm gonna really love that product. Just seeing how good the blush performs, and I love that it comes with a brush as well. I'm sure I could have done the bronzer beforehand, but here we are. I actually think this color looks fairly good. It's not too cool, like it's not gray. It has a little bit of like that olivey cool tone. And I'm also gonna be using the bronzer as eyeshadow. I'm just gonna do a really basic eye look with some of these products today. When you see it built up as eyeshadow, I would say it's more of like a neutrally shade. I'm also not being too precise. I'm just trying to show you guys the color. Since I am having a lot of allergy situations, I'm getting puffy eyes, everything like that, but I am hoping I can get it all under control with some products that I'm using from my dermatologist in the next few days. So next up we have the Soft Glow highlighters. I picked up 2 shades. There are 5 shades total and they retail for $28. I got the shade Honey and Golden. These are the 2 more like medium tone shades. They have like a pearl color. This one is Honey, and then Golden is just very similar, but like a little bit peachier. These are actually very similar shades. So we have Honey and then this one's Golden. It actually really reminds me of when Becca came out with Champagne Pop and then I believe Prosecco Pop, and they were like pretty similar to each other. This one is just a little bit peachier, I would say, compared to Golden. I might like Honey a little bit more. I like both of them. They're both basically the same kind of shade as my favorite highlighter of all time, which is Zuma from Persona Cosmetics. And I'm gonna use the shade Honey as highlight, and then I'm gonna use the shade Golden as eyeshadow. So I'm just using like a regular brush for this. I'll show you guys on this side. Definitely very pigmented. I'm still somebody who uses a lot of highlighter and gets really carried away with it. So you can definitely see it's very pigmented and it's very like finely pressed. This is just where my allergic reaction is happening that I hid with foundation. So if you're like, why is that piling on there? It's just that issue going on, but the highlighter everywhere else, I think it looks really great. And then let's do the other side of my face before I forget. And I am gonna spray a flat brush just a little bit to put the shade Golden on my lid. I did this yesterday as well and it looked really pretty. I tend to use bronzers and highlighters as my eyeshadow on most like casual makeup days. So definitely you get some versatility with these products. I'm really digging the highlighters. All right, so that is everything. I'm gonna finish up my eyes and then I'll give you all my final thoughts. All right, so here's the final look using the Soft Sculpt collection all over my face, on my eyes. I actually think it looks really good as eyeshadow considering I just did like 2 quick sweeps of the highlighter and the bronzer on my eye, and that's all that I have on as eyeshadow. So I'm definitely liking all of the products, but I will say I do have some favorites that I think are more worth it than some of the other products. Definitely the cream blush is my #1 favorite product from this collection, and I did not even think I would like this product. I wanted to try it out. I was really interested in it because it has the brush on one end, and I think that makes it so much more practical. I do like the blush formula in itself. I think it's really pigmented, and I think that's something you really need with a cream blush because you don't want something that you need to sweep over and over and over to get pigmentation, and then it takes away your makeup. I just did 1 swipe and then I blended it out in 10 seconds. This is really easy and it looks great with powder, and I don't have any powder set on top of it. So you're getting the true color of this product. And then with the highlighter on top, I think it looks really good too. It didn't end up being streaky or anything like that. So I really like the cream blush, and I think I'm really gonna love the cream bronzer once I get my hands on it, if I find it in store or online at Sephora. So definitely check out the cream blush. If you're not into cream blushes, I think you'll like this one because I love the Charlotte Tilbury liquid blushes, and then the other blushes that I'm trying that are cream, I like, but I'm not in love with. And I love that I don't need to use a beauty blender to blend this out and make it look really pigmented. So color payoff, formula, pigmentation, how it wears, how it sets with everything, the fact that you get a brush for $28. This is an awesome product. You get a ton of product here. So that is #1. Compared to this side, which has the powder, let me know if you guys are seeing a difference between the cream and the powder side. They are both set. They look really good. They're different shapes, but they look really similar. The matte blush, you have to like matte blushes to like this one. Like if you're like me, you prefer something really shimmery, really dewy looking, maybe you won't like this because it's definitely a matte finish. It looks a little glowier. Obviously I put highlighter on top, so it helps bring it back to life. So try this out if you love matte blushes. If you happen not to like matte blushes, this is probably not going to be the formula for you. There are matte blushes that I like the Buxom Cosmetics Wonderlust blushes. Those are matte, but it has like a cream to powder look to it. So it's a little bit more of a glowy, dewy finish. It looks a little bit more skin-like compared to this. This definitely looks like a matte makeup-y look. But it is also very pigmented compared to other blushes, and I think that you're gonna get a lot of color payoff. It can work on a lot more skin tones because of that pigmentation. So if you like matte blushes, check this out. If you don't, and especially if you have dry skin like I do, maybe you won't like them. I'm gonna see if I wanna hang on to this. I do like it so far, but it might not be my go-to product. I might just wanna get another cream blush in addition to the other one and have 2 of those instead of 1 of each of the 2 different formulas. The highlighters, I love the highlighters. I think that if you like highlight, you're gonna like this no matter what. I think that they are kind of foolproof highlighters. They're not glittery. You can build them up. You can keep them really subtle, really creamy, really pigmented highlighters, lots of color payoff. You have a lot of shade options as well. Just be aware, if you get the two that I got, Golden and Honey, I'm getting them mixed up because they look so similar. So maybe just see them in store. The Golden one is a little bit less gold compared to Honey. Honey is a little bit more golden and probably a little bit deeper compared to Golden. So just be aware of that if you plan on purchasing multiple products. Maybe check them out in store. And then the bronzer, it's definitely a matte bronzer. All the shades are matte. You definitely get some color payoff. So it is a good standard matte bronzer, but I'm sure we all have those in our collections. I think that it's a little bit of a drier formula compared to some other matte bronzers. Even like Benefit Hoola, I think is a little bit creamier than this particular formula. So nothing that I could say that is really wrong with it, but it's not life-changing. I have very similar products. It's fine. That's it. And then lastly, we have the brush. I think that the brush applied the products really nicely. You obviously have a dual-ended brush. It just depends on whether or not you like dual-ended brushes. Sometimes I hate them because it sits in my brush bowl and this happens, it gets deformed. So we'll see about that. But so far, really liking how it diffuses out the products, and all of the brushes have a tapered, soft edge to them. I tried like looking at all of the brushes in store, and this one was my favorite. So those are all of the products. Definitely check out the cream blushes, even if you're not a cream blush person. And then next would be my highlighters. For sure, those are my favorites, but everything I think works really nicely. Let me know if you guys plan on purchasing anything from this collection. I'll leave all of the products linked below. They're available at Sephora, in store, and online. But that's gonna be everything for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.